One of the biggest complaints I hear being a psychotherapist is teeth grinding at night, also known as bruxism. Now, even though psychological distress can be one of the causes for bruxism, medications can also be the culprit. Either way, you have to protect your teeth. Alright, so this is one of the best products on the market that I can find that's just over $100, and it gives you 2 sets of mouth guards. These are not the same boil bite guards that you're used to that you spit out in the middle of the night. These are professionally made dental night guards. Now granted, if you go to your dentist's office, let's say about a week from now, and spend maybe 4 or 5 times as much, they will actually take photographs of your teeth, which is a slightly more detailed and more accurate process. But honestly, between the photography versions of these mouth guards and the dental impression version of these mouth guards, I honestly can't notice a difference. I'm sure there is one, but I, for one, am not going to spend 3 to 4 times the amount for virtually the same product. All right, so let's get started. The first step when it comes to opening up this package is, of course, reading the instructions, right? It comes with instructions on how to do the dental impressions, a return mailer, and of course the base and catalyst putties that come with it. All right, so we can grab a base and catalyst. Okay. All right, so you mix part A, which is the base, with part B, the catalyst, and just follow the instructions. The hardest part in this whole entire process is just the timings. And if you follow the instructions and you know the little time marks, you should be fine. And eventually, once you kind of roll those into like a putty, you put it into a dental tray. Now today I'm going to be making 2 separate copies of a lower impression, but here's some uppers to show you what they look like, the dental trays. Okay? All right, let's get started. First step, right? Clean your mouth. If you have any food residue, anything between your teeth, that will be part of the impression. So the first step will be to floss and brush your teeth. And not to show you guys me actually flossing and brushing my teeth, we're going to fast forward to the next part, okay? Now, every manufacturer is going to be different when it comes to their instructions and how to do this. So, of course, follow their instructions versus what I'm doing right now. But this is just to show you how easy this process can be, how anybody can virtually do it. The only way you can really screw up this process at this point, other than the timing, is how you put down the impressions, right? It should be perpendicular to your teeth, or I should say your jaw. And when you lift it out of your mouth after the 3 minutes of it setting, you really want to pull up completely perpendicular, right? A 90-degree pull. If you do it out on an angle, you can actually shift your teeth a little bit. It can almost act like a retainer in some ways. And that's actually one of the reasons why I use it. Why spend thousands of dollars for, a really expensive retainer when a really high density mouth guard at night can virtually do the same thing? Not as good, but they will keep your teeth in place. Don't forget, they're formed to your teeth. So let's get started. All right, so the timings are 45 seconds to mix the putties together, the catalyst and the base, right? And then you got to wait for about 15 minutes as you're putting that into the tray, right? You almost like Play-Doh, right? You roll it into like a cylinder, lay it out, and then wait 15 seconds, and then have it in your mouth for about 3 minutes. So let me get the timer and we'll get started. All right, first step, 45 seconds. Catalyst and the base. And hopefully I can do this within the time. All right, starting now. Part A, part B, mixing the 2 together, right, just like Play-Doh. All right. Just gonna mix it a little bit more because I don't think it's exactly 45 seconds. As you can see, this is by a minute, the timer. All right, once you get to about, a cylinder, then you lay it in the first tray, which I'm going to do. Almost making kind of like a smiley face. Doesn't have to be anything pretty. Just make sure it generally fits in the tray. Alright, so here's roughly how it came out. Right? Alright, it's been about 10 seconds since I laid it. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And moving back to me, we're going to do this for about 3 minutes now. Okay, so I'm going to set the timer again. 1, 2, 3. And put it in. See how it looks? And then you rinse it under cold water for the length that the manufacturer recommends, of course. Then you fill out the slip that comes with the unit. And then after you do that and match your Amazon order number, you select your density. Usually there's 3 levels of density or thickness that they offer, depending on the brand. I highly recommend the thickest guard that you can purchase if you're a heavy grinder. And if you're worried about spitting it out, maybe think about level 2 when it comes to thickness. Of course, the benefits of having a thinner night guard have to do with overall comfort and also how form-fitting it is. But most people, they get the thickest and the densest guards that they can get their hands on. I have heard in the past from dentists, I am not a dentist, but I've heard from dentists that the more squishy a night guard when you're wearing it at night, the more likely you're going to grind harder, just because it's almost like a cushion, and somehow that promotes a little bit more grinding. So usually they say the harder the better, but always talk to your dentist first before tackling something like this to see what their opinion is on your specific dental needs. All right. Hopefully this video was helpful, and if it is, please give it a like, and I'll see you during the next one. See you then.